Here's to Thirsty Thursdays.
Have action.
What is happening? It is Thirsty Thursday, but it's actually my golden birthday because it's my birthday and it's Thirsty Thursday. You got your cans? Let's do this, fam. First, we skim the top. Then we get the gutter. Then we blow. There we go. And let's see if it'll pick it up. We never know. We'll see if it worked. All right. Now what do? We pour. Until we see the bubbles. Until we see the bubbles. It's coming. You see the bubbles? All right. Then we see the bubbles. We close our eyes and we dream. I'm dreaming that this is the official year of my midlife crisis because I'm going to make it to 90. Okay. A little bit more. Sip.
That's good squishy.
That's right. That's good squishy. That's a good head on that can. You feel me? What are you drinking, wifey?
So
I got this orange whipped Rockstar.
I made myself a French 75.
Oh, fancy.
It's my favorite cocktail. I'm a champagne girl. I'm a wine girl. I'm a champagne girl. So I really want on Thirsty Thursdays to have like a cocktail that I make every week. And
next time we should make it on the podcast.
Oh,
sure. How you make it?
Yeah, totally. I love these. So, but I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. It's 4:00 and I haven't eaten since breakfast.
It's going to be a fun night.
It's going to be a fun night. I haven't eaten for a minute. Yeah. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. And happy birthday.
It's my birthday, literally, right now. Let's go.
So golden birthdays is like, so mine was cool because I turned 30 on my 30th, but I will say this is your actual true golden birthday.
Yeah.
Your birthday being on Thirsty Thursday is the most epic thing I think ever.
And in 7 years, we can do it again. And I promised middle sister. Sorry, Steph.
Like,
I couldn't do math in my head. But look what you gave me. I'll wear it all the time. Just like Nate's Louis Vuitton boots he gave me.
Oh,
Excuse me, Louis Vuitton boots. Yes. Well, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, I was going to say, like, I feel like I know that it's your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have like things to talk about. I actually have I came prepared.
This is terrifying.
I want to talk, obviously, I want this entire podcast to just be about you. I mean, of course, I'm going to talk about myself a little bit. That's not a good podcaster, though. Did you know that?
To what?
To talk about yourself.
Oh, no. You got to let the guests do all of it.
I know, but I'm new at podcasting, and I love talking about myself. And so I'm not the best podcaster. She's new. So, of course, I'll still bring it back to myself.
Hey, we're here for it all.
But I'm going to preface that because that is a habit I do. But I really want this podcast to be about you.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I know, I literally didn't even tell him. Like, if you saw the beginning, I was on my phone because I was like finishing up my question. I've been talking about this with my clients. Like, You're uncomfortable.
I don't like it.
And I'm excited. So,
all right. So what do I do?
Well, you always are the one getting interviewed. So I feel like it's like almost like, let's talk about you. Like, let's kind of interview you a little bit. And I have some really good, like, deep questions too. So, okay, let's first start off with.
I'm 45 years old today.
Yeah, today you are 45. Tell us, how did you get into podcasting?
Well, I was looking at these Power Slap tickets, and here, let's cheers.
Cheers to 45. I feel like the past 2 years have been
45. Awesome. Overall, I think life is better than not better.
Yeah.
But it's been an interesting 12 months for sure.
Yeah. I mean, of course, it has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like, again, bringing it back to myself, I feel like our relationship in the past specifically 2 years. It's been awesome.
Oh, there we go. Cherry on top, baby.
Okay, back to how you got into podcasting.
So I was looking at Power Slap. What is this, new,
Mm-hmm.
what is this weird thing, right? But I wanted to check it out because, like a lot of people, I saw Dana White talking about it everywhere, you know, and I was like, let's check this out because I want to see it in person. And then Paige Van Zant was fighting at Power Slap 8, and this all went down the night before.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because you've been like a Paige fan.
yeah,
You've known who she is. Like you followed.
I've watched. She was one of the fighters I hadn't seen live yet at like a UFC event.
Right. And originally, sorry, coming in, you're a big UFC fan.
Oh yeah.
Like you're a UFC, like we've been together for 15 years or somewhat. Our whole 15 years, it's always UFC. So
yeah, 100%. I'm not as
you're not
balls deep in it.
As you used to be.
Right. But
We're balls deep with Powers.
It was probably healthy not to be so involved. Like I knew the camps, the coaches, the assistant coaches, like where they were at, who was in them. Anyway, so yeah, big UFC fan. I hadn't seen Paige live. I've been lucky enough to see some cool fights. Like I saw Khabib and Conor, which was massive. I saw way back in the day. I saw Frank Shamrock or Frank or Ken. You get the murder me in the comments. Anyway, Tito and the Shamrock guy going at it. I saw that. Saw Cowboy and Conor. I saw Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou. That was a disappointment. Anyway, saw a bunch of them. And Paige was one of them I hadn't seen live. So I saw she was going to be on the card. So the day before at our old house, I was out on the driveway. Dre was there, one of his buddies, and then Timmer and Lucas. And so I just asked if they wanted to go. And Lucas wasn't in it. Timmer was like, yeah, I want to go. And Dre was like, oh, I think I've seen that on social media. So when he said that, I was like, okay, we got to check this out. Because Dre's not the big like fight guy, right? And so, yeah, we bought tickets and told wifey and everybody we'll be back in a day or two. And the very next day, we woke up. Timmer and I drove down. And on the way down, we were doing all the research. So the big name at the time was, you can tell the dog's in here, Jesus.
What?
It's okay. She's letting out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, if I can spell this pretty bad. Anyway, this is real life, people. So
I do now.
Yeah, it's horrible.
The dog she's behind us. She loves to she's behind Joe when he's doing podcasts all day long.
All day, all night. And anyway, she needs a bath or something. So that is bad. So, dear Lord, dogs go to heaven, but right now she's in purgatory.
She's your daughter.
So anyway, no. Where's that? So yeah, so on the way down, we were doing all the research. Like we found a podcast that had one of the slappers on, and it was this guy named Da Crazy Hawaiian.
Oh.
And so we like found him on Instagram, followed him. He followed me back. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. So it was already kind of interactive, and Timmer's really excited. I'm excited. Like we're like, let's go. So we go down there to Fontainebleau. We saw Power Slap 8. And when it was done, we just had so much fun, and who knew? It was kind of like, what was that? And then on the drive home, depending on who's doing the story, because we can't remember who said it first, we were like, let's start a podcast. And so I looked at Timmer and I said, well, we got 6 hours to kill, and we have a phone that's connected to everything. Let's get it all done. So we got the YouTube handle, the Instagram handle, the X handle. Maybe it was Twitter then. I don't know. It's been a couple of years. All the social media handles, and we got the software Riverside downloaded on my phone, and we recorded our very first video and put it up on YouTube.
I don't even think I've seen that.
Yeah, you want to watch it?
Yeah,
it might be. That could be crazy. Let's do this. So if you go to content, so yeah, we were in the car, and we posted our first video. Timmer talks trash on Terp, which is hilarious.
It's funny just because we know who they are.
Yeah, I know. So we'll keep going. We're almost there. We've got almost 500 episodes, so this might take a second.
I was wondering how many episodes it's been.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, if you count Sweet Talks and Thirsty Thursdays and all of that, all those thumbnails are fire. Anybody that can do thumbnails, hit me up, like in real time.
Like,
Oh, these are funny. Look at these thumbnails, man. This is great. So, oh, maybe it's private.
oh,
That's episode 3.
okay.
So let's do filter. We're getting there, fam. Hang tight. Filter, and there it is. Okay.
It's private?
Yeah, because Timmer calls out Terp. And now that we know him, I can't have my my little child calling him got his ass kicked or something like that.
Oh my gosh. You should tell her.
I know. I'll have to have Terp watch it, and then
Yeah, tell him this is from years ago.
So let's go here. All right. This is the very first video to Slap Son.
Oh my god. And where does the name come from?
So we just came up with it in the car, and he made the logo. Timmer made the logo.
He looks so
different.
All right, reaction video.
Yes,
Slap Son.
Bro, I cannot believe what we just witnessed.
It was. We didn't know what to expect.
Oh, the Porsche.
I was gonna say that's in the Porsche.
That's in the
Yesterday,
Porsche. That
drove
was
down in one
amazing.
day to go see Power Slap 8,
Totally worth it.
and beyond worth it. I can't.
So this was the
no
moment.
words can describe, except maybe
Slap. Oh, also ego.
no cap slap.
Okay, that's enough. Anyway,
Ego,
that's the moment the pod dropped.
That is crazy.
Kind of crazy. So yeah, maybe we'll make that more. Maybe we'll make it public again.
Yeah, make it public.
But,
Just tell Terp, just so that he knows, like, this was our first
That I have
time.
a smart Alex son.
Yeah, it's my kid. Like, we know just
Anyway.
let him know.
It's documented. So we did that, and then I was thinking. Honestly, I'm not shy. I'll just hit up a bunch of them in the DMs and see if they'll come on a podcast, and we'll have like maybe 1 or 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then it would fade away. And so I hit up Gianni. He was doing a live,
Mm-hmm.
and I just said on the live, "Hey, you want to come on the podcast?" He's like, and on the video, he was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll come on." And I was like, "Sweet." So we set up a time. We had Timmer on, and I'll never forget it. You see that little thing at the bottom corner, like they're in the lobby or whatever. Never done it before. We don't know what we're doing. And we click go, and we both raised our arms up, and we're like, whoa, he was there. And then, so we interviewed Gianni, and then we interviewed Dwayne Crespo. And afterwards, Dwayne was like, I like you guys. You want to interview the heavyweight champ, which is Damien DeBell. Shout out Damien. And I was like, yeah, I want the heavyweight champ, not knowing anything or who he was or what was going on. And we had Damien on. And then after that, I joke that Slap Son has become Slap Dad a little bit. But
Oh yeah.
because we did it during the summer, and then when school started. Anyway, it's literally next month will be 2 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's how it started. We went to Power Slap 8. We had a long drive home, and we had a couple people on, and yeah, here we are. And there was so much Power Slap, we had to start Thirsty Thursday because
Yes. Okay, yes.
Papa needed a break.
Yeah, so explain also Thirsty Thursday, because I feel like with Power Slap, what's cool about Power Slap and how like it goes is like whenever from what my knowledge is, like a match drops, you always will interview them. But it's like always leading up to fight week. It's insane because it's like he will interview everybody that's on the card, and then he'll interview everybody in person doing sweet talks. So he'll go down, he'll interview everybody, sweet talks in person. And then after, when the fights have all finished, he interviews them the next week. So it's like the 3 weeks to Power Slap. It's like so many hours. He's always in this office. He's constantly here. So I do like that I'm doing Thirsty Thursday with you. It's something we could do together.
Yeah.
But so explain, when did you start doing Thirsty Thursday? Why did you start doing it and stuff?
So I started doing Thirsty Thursday because when my dad started to get really sick, I knew a bunch about him, but I didn't know a lot about him,
Mm-hmm.
even though we had like a really good relationship. So very selfishly, I started Thirsty Thursday to just talk about the week that was.
Mm.
So when I'm long gone or whatever, I can somehow keep living on
Mm.
in this ethos or whatever. And my kids will have way too much content to get to know me. Not that they don't know me now. I think we have a really good relationship. But yeah, it was a way to just kind of document the week that was in our world.
Mhm.
In the beginning, there was a lot of therapy sessions for sure. Um,
I'm not gonna lie, like, I would always be like, whenever it would drop, I would listen to it and I'd be like, "Okay," because I'd listen to it on Fridays, the days that I have off. I'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna listen to this and I'm gonna see how does he interpret our fights?"
yeah, no, that's real.
That's literally I'm like,
Yeah.
"What's his how did he think that the fight went?"
And frankly, it's really cheap therapy. If you guys want to like start a vlog or something and talk about the week that was, especially when my dad died, that was like uh it started out as a very healthy expression of whatever was going on in life.
Yeah.
And I kept doing it. I kept doing it. I think I've only missed two. But anyway, as it kept going, it kept going. Yeah, Allie and I, as we talked about last time, we don't really catch up unless we're out of town, which is about once a month. And so, as it was going and progressing, I was like, well, this is more freedom. So it's not
Yeah.
just power slap all the time. I was like,
Mhm.
there's no rules in this podcast game.
No.
I don't give a shit. So let's have some other people on.
Mhm.
And we've had a few people on. We've had some authors on, dating coach,
Mhm.
and so seeing the potential of just a fun podcast, like a couples podcast, came to mind because this way now
Mhm.
I can lock this bitch in once a week for sure. Get to spend time once a week instead of once a
Once
month
a
to
month.
get caught up. Dear Lord above, that dog is dying behind us. So Thirsty Thursday came about to just kind of talk about the week that was, gossip about the family, whatever. And now it's turning into, no, we're going to have like guests on. We have some very cool people booked.
Yeah.
We won't drop them here, but we're going to have fun. We put out that Allie was the new co-host. It got more views than any of my posts ever, right? And so people in her world started to reach out, and I'm not shy reaching out on the DMs. And so Thirsty Thursday started as just something to take my mind off life and document for like the kiddos. And it's turned into what it is now, which is just fun. Every Thursday, everyone shares their drinks.
Mhm.
Allie's on now, so we can have all types of guests on.
Yeah.
And if that turns into something, cool. If not, I always say, fuck the views, fuck the clips.
Yeah,
We're
it's
just
just
doing this for
fun.
the hell of it. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like,
And I love it. I
Yeah.
love Thirsty Thursday. Everyone's sharing their drinks. It's fun for me.
I feel like it's just like a little community.
Mm.
I feel like what's fun about podcasting is like, yes, like obviously the people do it, they do it for the business, they do it like they've got all these things, but like I definitely feel like what's awesome is this is almost an outlet, right? Wouldn't you say?
Creative outlet for
It's
sure.
like a creative outlet. I mean, when you are doing power slap stuff, it is like more than a full-time, like the time you put in is more than a
It's a lot.
full-time job. It's a lot. But it's
Yesterday,
just,
for example, was a 13-hour day,
yeah.
which
And it's passion, it's something you love, it's something fun. I like that I can do it once a week with you. I had a podcast in the past and I would talk all about entrepreneurship and hair and just talking to like a younger version of me, like that stylist or the salon owner. But it's crazy because I always thought I was bringing it back to myself. I always thought I was such an extrovert, but I'm actually kind of a little bit more introverted. And then if you look at us from the outside, you think I'm an extrovert and you're an introvert.
that's
But if
true.
you actually get to know us, like Joe is actually the extrovert and I'm actually the introvert, which is weird because I've always thought I was. But like little things like DMing people or asking them, like, hey, you want to come on? Oh my God, that frightens me. I would never, I would never DM somebody and be like, do you want to come on this podcast? Like, if it's my friend and I'm like, and that does remind me, I've had a couple people I talked to in the past 24 hours. I got to tell you.
Oh, put them on the list.
Yes, I'll put them on the list. And that's the thing. It's like, but then Joe will reach out to them. Like, and I let everybody know. Joe will reach out to you.
Yeah.
Because that kind of makes me a little bit nervous. So I don't know. So it's really fun. But so that's how you started podcasting.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of what started this, because this has been a huge part of our lives the past 2 years and super fun. So let's okay. So you just turned 45 today.
Yeah.
You
A
turned
few hours ago.
a few hours ago, turned 45.
Halfway to 90.
Give us like a little bit. I do say this sometimes. Like sometimes I feel like there's like certain versions of Joe that like I didn't know. For some reason, you kind of hold back.
I don't know.
You kind of hold back. Like Joe's done really cool things in his life. Like he's started multiple companies. He's done like acting and modeling when he was younger. Like he's done so many
It's
things.
no.
He's like been on TV or like TV shows. Like, but he's written a fucking book. He's written a book. When we
Nobody gives a shit.
No, he says that. It's so weird. But like when we were dating and he told me he wrote a book, I went to Barnes and Noble and I went and picked up the book. And then I remember I was doing physical therapy because I had some injury. And I remember when I'd go to physical therapy, I'd read his book. Like, so I feel like Joe loves to come off as just like, oh, I'm just a stay-at-home dad. My wife does all this stuff and I just take care of the kids. But in reality, that's not true at all. And it's like,
Pretty true.
he says it's true. It's fucking not. So I want to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, go for it.
I have one, but it's like so deep.
Oh,
So
I
that's why I'm like, do we want to get into that already? Or do you want to kind of tell us?
no, I don't get, there's no rules.
Okay. I was like, because maybe even just first.
I'm already uncomfortable. So
I know, which this is so fun. This is what makes you a great interviewer, because it's so uncomfortable. Okay. Let's first start off with like, I want you to reflect on the past, like who you are today. And then the past 45 years. I want to first talk about like values, things that have changed.
Oh.
Like things that have changed from maybe the past 10 years or like growing up compared to now. Like what are some of like your values?
Values.
Like, and like who, like things you believe in maybe?
Oh, dear me.
That like you don't anymore or you do now. Like I like kind of tell me. Yeah, like let's get to know like the deep Joe.
Oh God. I'm gonna take another drink real quick.
I am too, on an empty stomach.
So was the question, what are my values and how have they changed?
I think like more of like how has like your values changed over the years? Like what are things that you like you are now compared to like how you grew up or was raised, or like in the even however many years ago? Like what are things that have like the Joe you are today? Do you feel like, oh, it's the same person? Do you feel like your values have changed? I mean, they have changed.
Yeah. So so as the question is, how have your values changed?
How have your values changed with
That's such a weird question.
My client told me to ask you that. She said she loves deep questions like that. So this is coming from my one of my favorite girls. We were talking about this today. She's like, you should ask him that.
Values. Well, I know one right off the rip. Growing up, super religious community, all that. And I've said this a lot. Growing up, I knew that if you had like tattoos or drank alcohol or you got a divorce or you were unemployed or, whatever, growing up as a kid, I knew you're a person I had to stay away from.
Yeah. Like
Because
you were bad.
you weren't doing what you should because, people should never have a drink. They should never get divorced, and they definitely shouldn't do blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely changed. But I don't know if it's changed so much as I just live that way. Whereas when I was growing up, the only time I ever fought with my mom was when it was Sunday and I had to go to church. So I think deep down, I kind of always felt that way. But what are you going to do when you're a kid, right? So that's definitely changed because obviously the people in many ways, you thought you should like, oh, I shouldn't, you're being told not to relate to or hang out with. Now I would say those types of people are living the best parts of life.
Because for context, we both were raised. We're from Utah. We were both raised LDS or Mormon, whatever you call it, and we're really active. Like we got Like when we got married in the temple. Like we were in it. We
Yeah.
were in it.
I wasn't so much by the time Allie rolled around,
No,
but
he wasn't, but I wanted
but she
to.
wanted to, so we
So
did
he
that.
he
Yeah.
would do it for me.
And when people ask me, like, I don't even think about religion that much anymore. And if people ask me if I'm Mormon, I just say yes, because
I say
don't
no.
I don't disassociate in that way, and it's just a much easier conversation. I just say, yeah, but I'm not active. So that's changed, obviously, those types of stuff. Things that haven't changed and never will
Mhm.
are trust is huge, which is why if I do something to wrong somebody, whether on accident or on purpose, they can't make me feel worse than I already do because trust is massive. Trust is massive. Um, Personal things stay personal. That's always been a thing. If someone says, "Hey, don't tell anybody,"
Oh my gosh. It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
but that's what makes me such a great person, a
Listen.
friend, and podcaster because rumors are real.
Oh my gosh. He won't crack. He won't crack. If somebody asks him, "Hey, I'm going to tell you something, but will you please not tell anybody?" He will never tell me. He won't tell anybody, but he won't tell me. And there's still certain things from 15 years ago that I remember he was like, "Oh, no, that's something that just they told me something." And I'm like, "Well, what did they say?" And even 15 years later, I know not to even ask because he's never going to tell me. He's the best. Like if somebody if somebody goes to him and says like, "Hey, I've got like a personal thing going on," or like there's this, and like, "Would you please not tell anybody?" Like he's going to hold that from everybody in his life, and he's just going to keep it, and he's never going to spill your tea.
I'll never spill your tea.
He will never
It will
spill.
always stay in the cup.
Yeah, he's never going to spill your tea.
And as far as values go, I think that's huge because everybody's got skeletons in their closet
Yeah.
and everybody's got really big, dark, embarrassing skeletons in their closet.
Right.
I'm no different. And we never want those things to come to light for obvious reasons. Now, ultimately, should those secrets matter? No, but because we're human and because we have, personas and perceptions that we want people to feel about us or whatever the reason is, I feel like if someone says, "Hey, but don't tell anybody,"
He will never.
I'll never do it because I know 99.9% of people, they say that and then they just tell 6 other people.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it. And I want that same level of trust from somebody.
Oh.
And it's never returned. Never. So it just ingrains it more into me because you trust people not to say certain things and then they go tell.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Nope. It's just not happening. And low key, it makes me feel sketchy about the person I'm entrusted in some information. So, yeah, we can bring that back to extrovert, introvert. My walls are very high. Very high. And you got to climb them and jump over and then climb down and then look me in the face and maybe we'll talk because ride or die is real to me. And if you treat me a certain way and you're saying you're treating me a different way, see you later. I don't care because life's too short and it's much better to have your go-to people than to have a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a big part of my personality for sure.
Yeah, that's huge.
But once the walls come down, she's right. I'm actually way more outgoing.
He's so much more outgoing.
And she's the opposite because her walls are down as fuck
I know.
from get-go.
Really
and I'm just like,
me over.
just like, whatever, And then when you get to know Allie, being in front of cameras and all this kind of stuff, that really isn't her jam. And which is so poetic because look at her. The camera loves her, clickbait as hell, all this stuff, right? Runs her own business, all the things. But yeah, she'd much rather not be on camera.
Yeah.
And I am like, the camera doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother
Let's
him
go.
at all. And I feel like in my job, I am on camera more. So I like almost like, it's like I always say like, it's like a character, but I feel like deep down, like it does kind of, I'm more intimidated.
Yeah, it's always out of your comfort zone.
Always. Like when I was filming last summer and you're like, just say this, this, and this, and this. And I'm like, I'm going to crawl out of my skin. But and I also lead other people trying to make them not afraid of the camera. So I'm like always downplaying, like, it's not a big deal. It's totally fine. But like, actually, no, like really, it's kind of like, it's not Like, I would never be an actual actress. That sounds like the worst job in the world. To, like,
No,
be
I
on
believe that.
camera
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
believe
like
that.
oh my
No,
god.
I always liked being
But
the center of attention for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to us about, like, lessons, like, an outlook you have on life, like, I guess maybe talk oh, I have some things for you.
Grab your notes now,
Let me
baby.
grab my
Grab your
notes.
notes. You
Hold on.
grab your notes and I'll take a sip.
Okay, so a few things that are, like, big. Okay, maybe let's do some fun questions first.
Okay.
Um, what do you think shaped you the most as a person?
That's a fun question.
I know, I was like, actually,
Shaped me most as a person. Going back to, honestly, it just goes back to the trust thing. I think, you know, finding out people that you can't trust or finding out certain things about people you thought were one way. And I'm guilty of it too, which I think, again, like when I make a mistake or misplace someone's trust, you can never make me feel worse than I already do because it's that important to me. So I'm not saying I'm guilt free of it at all. But yeah, if I find out, someone isn't who they said they were or whatever, that shaped me a lot because it just makes the circle smaller, man. Just makes it smaller.
mm.
Working in construction shaped me. I unloaded trucks forever and it was not easy. And all the other bitches that were in construction unloading trucks everything was palletized so they could use like a forklift. And the Haskell boys were over there doing everything by hand because nothing in bleachers is palletized.
Oh, I was gonna say, why didn't you guys do it on
They're not packed that way. You're talking 40-foot beams,
okay.
stuff like that. So long ass hours since I was a kid, that definitely helped shape me. I hate physical labor. I hate it. But once I get it, like, and my cousin John and Micah, they can attest to this. I hate it, but once I get going, no one's gonna outwork me. It's just not happening. But it takes a minute to get the juices flowing. So that shaped me for sure. Especially when I went into and got a corporate job because people were bitching and complaining about being on the phone, and I was just like,
This is so easy.
all they got to do is dial and potentially get yelled at, and you pay me money. Yeah, sign me up. So that shaped me. Baseball cards shaped me big time. Once I knew I could earn money doing something that I liked, that shaped me big time. It hasn't really, I'm not flying around in private jets by any means. But when I was 10, this shaped me. Oh, this is a good story. So when I was 10, I had this Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card, and it was worth like, I don't know, $100 or something, a freaking fortune when I was a 10-year-old. And they had these new boxes of baseball cards come out by Upper Deck, and there was a chance you could get an autograph card by Ted Williams. It was like a chaser thing. So you have a one in like 50,000 packs or something to get this card. And so my Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card was worth the equivalent of 2 of those boxes. So as a 10-year-old, I got out the phone book and I just started calling up baseball card shops. And I found this one in Salt Lake. And I just told the guy I wanted 2 boxes for this card. And he goes, okay, deal. So I had my mom drive me to Salt Lake. I went into the card shop and it was this old fat guy. And I was like, oh, can I get like $5 out of it too? And he freaked out. He's like, you're telling me you want money out of this? You want money on this on top of the cards? And I just like standing there a little scared. And he's like, that don't even pay the light bill, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, now I look back and I go, all these dudes were so insecure dealing with me. Cause it's just like, you're going to scream to the 10-year-old about the light bill? Fuck off.
Yeah.
So anyway, but he did it. So that was the moment I learned the power of leverage in business and negotiation. At 10 years old, I had a card. He had what I wanted, and it didn't matter my age. It didn't matter any of that. And we swapped, and I got home, and my mom was so proud. We were opening up all the packs and putting them on the ground, and my dad was there, and he walked in. He's like, what's this? And my dad said, you got all this with one card? And I was like, yeah. And I saw my mom look up at him like, they were just they couldn't believe their little baby made a deal. So that shaped me big time. Because from that moment on, I didn't have any social anxiety when it came to reaching out and asking things. and at least in business. Yeah.
So that kind of set at 10 years old, set for you to not have as much like social anxiety and keep going and like asking people for stuff.
Yeah, and I knew I wanted to be a business for myself for sure.
So, okay, talk to us about the businesses you have done.
There's probably only one to talk about. Um, we did Bath Pack together. Allie and I did with some friends I met at a cubicle job, Diego and Rocky, and that did really well. We sold this hairbrush that competed with wet brush. I mean, you know all about this. And then we ended up doing like hair oil. It was an e-com business called Bath Pack. That probably was the most successful. But a lot of failures for sure. Tons of failures. Uh, Lots of failures. That was the only one that ever made any money. Ended up selling that company and then put a bunch of money into a sparkling water, a protein sparkling water, which was way ahead of the game. You know, hundreds of thousands of dollars later, that went nowhere. But now that type of product is everywhere.
Everywhere now.
Yeah, rentals, had some rentals. So real estate. Yeah,
Panic.
had a pre-workout company. Did all the R&D, the research. It was awesome. It tasted incredible. We sponsored guys like George Masvidal and Bobby Green. And if you're an MMA nerd, that means something. But that didn't really go anywhere. But yeah, I did that. What else? That's kind of it. Yeah. Business wise. Then with Bath Pack, we were able to start Allie's Salon. And that was probably the biggest turn for me to become stay-at-home dad. That just kind of like, because of Bath Pack, we were able to fund the salon, and the salon obviously has become I mean, it provides our life, right? Like, yeah. And then, and since then we ventured into other things, you know, Allie has, and we're still trying to figure it out and do better in that world. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're just because this is something I was talking about with my client is like because she's also 45, like 45, and
Oh,
honestly, just like starting for her, she's starting like a whole new life. And it's like she's so excited. She's on cloud nine, but like so different from what she thought. Do you feel like at 45, uh, like everything was power slap and doing stuff with salon and the hair site that we also sell hand dyed hair, like, and Joe does all of that with that e-commerce business as well. Like, do you feel like, oh, you're always just, do you feel like age is just like a number? Do you feel like you're always just starting the next thing? Do you feel like you're just getting started? Like, how do you feel in your life that you're like, what do you feel like? I think it's inspiring that you're 45 and you're still pushing through and you're still you're doing new things constantly. Like we've only had our hair website for like 6 months.
I would say age is for the most part just a number.
Mhm.
Is, as you know, it's a big pet peeve of mine that people just like drudge through life. Especially when you grow up in the LDS culture, the Mormon culture. We get married young, we have kids young, we get mortgages young, we become strapped down adults really young because that's what God wants. And that's the path, right? And I learned that pretty quickly that I didn't want to do that.
Mm.
So I'm probably, it's probably good Allie pays the bills because I'm just an irresponsible little kid at the end of the day. And I'm okay with that. Like, even at like 20 to 22, you'd be around these people that like, oh, I'm going to get in shape and do all this stuff. And then they never do. And you get around people your whole life. Oh, in fact, I just talked about this on the podcast, but people always say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's just like, no, you're not. Um, and I have many examples of that. And I have many examples of, well, people say they want to do it, and then I'll get in there and do everything. And then it's like, oh, but you don't really want to do it at all.
No.
I hate that, which is why I don't have another reason why I probably don't have a ton of friends, or I fuck with a lot of people.
Do you feel
Because
like
it's
just
just,
because like people just disappoint you?
I don't know, people, it is disappointing. And so, well, so maybe I think that. But I just don't have, it drives me up a fucking wall that people don't do anything.
Oh
They
my
don't do
gosh,
anything.
You hate that.
And then,
Like people will say, "Oh, I want to make more money." There's opportunity to make more money, and then they're like, "Oh, no, I can't."
Yeah.
It's like
that happens even in
So much.
even in our salon world. We've had girls come in that they see the
yeah,
opportunity and the success of Allie and the other girls, and they say they want all these things.
They don't.
And they don't, because the second the opportunity comes, and look, we don't know. We don't know if that they just got scared and so it's living outside their comfort zone, or if it's just rhetoric and they just want to talk. I believe it's the latter for everybody.
yeah.
People just want to talk and pass time. They don't want to do
No,
anything else.
They say they want the success, but they don't want to do the work.
Well, it's not even success. I think it's not even success, because people attribute success with money and cars and all this stuff. And it's just like, no, just accomplish the one thing and then see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with that now with a few things. Like, people say they want to do certain things as far as like, starting new websites or businesses or whatever, and they just fade away in the background. And I don't have that. And I think that makes me enjoy life. People might enjoy life more than me, but I'm probably in like the top 20%,
Mhm.
because there's enough horrific bullshit going on in life. Like, when things are like good, you should exploit that, right? And so many people want to get in shape. They want to start businesses. They want to get a new job. They want to get in a relationship. They want to do all this stuff, and they never do. And next thing you know, they're going to die. They're going to be 80 going, oh man, I should have started that Power Slap podcast. Oh man.
When Power Slap is huge. Oh, I should have done the,
Yeah. Like I want to start a bakery or whatever. And then when they're old, they're like, oh, we should have started that bakery. It's just like, I don't have that. So I've had plenty of failures.
But would you
so
call
many
them failures, or would you
Yeah, they
call
made
them
no money.
learning lessons?
I
Like
mean,
there's like a mindset I think that you have where it's like if something isn't profitable, like
it failed.
then you think it's failed. Where
It-
like there's
it's the
certain things that,
definition of fail.
but I'm like there's things that aren't profitable to me, but I'm like that was such a learning lesson that like I couldn't have even like paid like a college course to learn that if I didn't do that in person.
I don't have that same mentality.
Yeah, you just think it's a failure, and I'm like,
Yeah.
mm.
If the goal wasn't accomplished, particularly in entrepreneurship, it didn't work. It didn't work. You can talk about that as a lesson, but if the lesson didn't profit you, it was a failure. 100%.
If it didn't profit your pocketbook,
100%. Think about all the things I've done and the things I'm doing now that don't bring in monetary value, right? How does that make you feel?
well, then you would say that what? That's
That
no.
it's a failure. Until there is,
So then you're saying that the podcast is a failure?
the podcast has
Podcast is
nothing
not
to
a
do.
failure.
The podcast isn't an entrepreneur thing for me. It's not a business thing for me.
Gotcha,
just-
gotcha. It's
it's
an
just-
outlet.
It's not even an outlet. It's the passion. It's the passion, but it's not it's not a business to me. It's not a business to me. It's not a business to me.
Okay, so things that are a business, if they don't go net positive, that's a failure.
100%. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what?
And don't even get me started on making decisions that take away from that profitability. That's even worse. Now, I get what you're saying, though. Like, yeah, because of all the failures, there's things that come maybe easier to me, like getting things off the ground. I always say in business, my superpower is the panic of business, like logos, trademarks, websites, social media handles, getting the product made, all this kind of stuff. And that can be intimidating a little bit, probably, to people, because I'm such a spaz and I have so much energy. And she's like, let's go. And I get that. But that's also the turnoff.
Mhm.
Is you say you want to make a basketball and make the best basketball ever and put it out into the world, and you have this idea, but the second things start moving, you don't work towards it. See you later.
Mm.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And it will never work, because if that freaks a person out, starting something and doing all that, until they get over that, they're never going to do it. So it's not to say I cut them off and they're out of my life. But if we're not working towards the goal in business as fast as we can, somebody else is. And that's a big reason why certain things didn't see more light of day. But also, you have to do it on some level.
Yeah.
And if you don't go on some level, it's just going to stay there and die. And then you will never achieve what you actually think would be fun. The second somebody, I joke on the podcast a lot, like all these girls think they can go on OnlyFans, post a picture of their feet, and I'm a millionaire, right?
God, we were talking about that today at the salon.
And the reality is, first of all, no, you're not. And second of all, let's say that worked. You got to do it again the next day.
Yeah.
And then the next day, people always want to see those feet, And so, but yeah, I'm really good at the beginning of a business, the panic of it, getting it done. And if someone says, oh, actually, I cut them off, it's over. And that might be unhealthy, but I'm not wrong because they never prove me wrong that they're going to come back and put in more effort and grow the thing, with some exceptions, obviously. Bath Pack, that wasn't the case. The salon, obviously, that wasn't the case. But I think that validates those are the things that worked,
So what would you define success as? What's success to you?
Patience and happiness. 100%. People don't have patience with you, but they expect patience from you.
Oh.
People get angry and mad at you, but they expect you to deal with it when it's their turn to have those emotions. Nah, forget that. So that would be number one. And then 1A is for sure money, providing a living. Absolutely. But yeah, if you can't have patience and be happy, shit, man, I think you're kind of fucked. Like, you're not that important.
That's very true.
So that would be like emotionally, maybe. But business-wise, it is about the money. Obviously, we just did a rant about that. But it's about the money that gives you more time. That's the real currency. And I've been saying that to Allie for a long time, which is you want to be your own boss and everything that comes with that, which people have no idea what comes with that. It's constant. You can't turn it off. But if you do it, it can get to a point to where you do have actually a lot of freedom when you dial in certain things, and you can have more time with your family, and you can go on vacations more or whatever, or go to school projects or whatever. That's for sure business success for me. Business success for me, if becoming a billionaire means I can't go to the soccer game consistently, like you miss some here and there, it's life, then there's no point in that to me. Because they'll grow up, the kids will grow up, you'll never see soccer games again, and what was the point?
I think that's what's really hard is that you have, like, I wish that I obviously we had Lucas when I was super, super young. And so I feel like a lot of his younger years, I literally wasn't there because I was just working so much. And I wish that I would have, what I know now is like, and also though, at the same time, I can't imagine starting over again.
Oh, no.
In like a more established era of my life.
No.
Where it's like, now would be a good time to have kids and stuff like that. And so, but like now it's like we're going to be empty nesters in like 5 years. Like he's 12.
They'll never leave.
I mean, never leave, but like just saying like we have him constantly right now. But like while I was hustling, it was also during his younger years. So like one of us needed to stay home with him. So that's kind of like also, I wish I kind of would have known of like, oh, to be at, because I missed everything. And
No, I think you were more stuff than you think. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, I think you're more stuff than you think.
Yeah. But I feel like I missed out on everything.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, oh, okay, now he's going to be in 7th grade and I've got more control over and I have had more control over my schedule for the past couple of years. But that's something that I'm like, oh, I kind of wish that I would have understood that perspective of like waiting to have kids till you're older or younger, like, and just like the cost that is. So kind of talk to me about that for you. Cause I know you've been able to be at stuff for a lot of the kids. So like, also it's like super non-traditional for you to be the primary parent for your kids. So, like, did you always want to be a dad? Kind of tell us, like, yeah, like, did you always want to be a dad? Like, is that, does that fill your cup? Like, really speak on more of that. I know you're not a stay at home dad because you run the salon, you run all the back end of the salon and the e commerce and also all the podcast stuff. But at the same time, like, you are the one that is at home with the child.
So I'm a stay-at-home dad.
No, but I feel like you always say, like, people don't understand stay-at-home dads.
I think that's true. I think everyone,
Except for Mom
for
Talk.
all 9 people that are going to be watching this, you can agree that there's a stigma with the guy that stays home. It's not bad. It's just, it's one of those. It's one of those. Oh, that's great. I think that's great.
Especially like when people ask you like what you do and stuff, because you do all of our payroll. You run the salon back end, but like, why is it that you always downgrade anything you do? You just say, "Oh, I just stay at home with the kid."
It's an easier conversation.
Okay, I'm like, do you like shock value or like
shock value?
Well, I don't know. I'm like, why do you always will just downplay yourself of like, oh, you basically what it sounds like to me is you say, oh, I'm a piece of shit. My wife's awesome. Like that's what it sounds like you're saying, and I'm always like, what the fuck are you doing? He's just like, oh, I'm just at home. Like you act like you are at home.
I am. I'm literally at home
all day.
I am the mom.
But don't be doing disservices to all the other moms by acting like it.
I don't think that's their prerogative. That's nothing to do with me. I think that went rogue for a second there, fam. Don't do disservice to all the other moms. No, I
don't think that any of the
lump the other moms.
Typically, the moms don't say, "Oh, I just stay at home with my kids."
Well, yeah, because that's you just said it. Traditionally, that's what it is. So everyone knows, there's nothing harder. There's no harder job than a mother, right? So Oprah would always say.
Oprah wasn't a mom.
No.
How did she know?
Dude, I'm nervous as hell. Look at this. I hate talking about myself. So
I love it.
No, because look, traditionally, yeah, people know moms work hard. People know this. But the second a dad goes in that role, they go, oh.
So
what's his issue? Oh, he can't provide. I have been told 12 too many times or more about how, no, basically I'm not a man because I don't have a job. Look, I don't have time for that. I'm cool with who I am. So when they ask, I go, oh, I'm just a stay-at-home dad. And then the husbands get their ego instantly boosted and we can move on with life. And that's that. Now, the reality is, I'll give you an olive branch. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I probably have the equivalent of 2 or 3 full-time jobs.
Do you not take it as...
It's making me angry. Look at this. My face is changing.
Do you not like take it as serious only because it doesn't make... Because you're not on the payroll? Like, should we put you on payroll?
Oh my God, yeah. And how would that go if we wouldn't be able to do that? No, look, the reality is, through the course of our relationship, she wanted to get deep, not me. Let's do it. Through the course of our relationship, there's very real reasons why I act the way I act and I say the things I say. And we prop up Allie. She deserves it. It's her world. And until I provide this, literally, I will never get that respect. Period.
Because
I'll get, and what we just talked about, just people in general. Because traditionally, I'm in a non-traditional role. That's fact. And until that becomes monetized or monetary, I'll never get the full-on respect from my beautiful woman over here. It just won't happen. Now, her demeanor's changed, and that's as expected. She's got a French 75, and I know that you see me and you respect me and you love me and all these things. But if I had a revenue stream coming in separate, a lot of intense moments, a lot of stressful moments, you couldn't say certain things to where I feel like, oh, I better get some money in this bitch.
Do you
You know
feel
what I
like
mean?
it's like the opposite too? Do you feel like stay-at-home moms feel the same way?
Not at all. Unless they have a husband coming home and saying
Like,
those things, like,
meaning, sorry, that's what I mean. Like, do you think
I did
husbands
it.
ever say like,
Oh, I'm sure they do. Look, you're no different. Like, there's days where you expect dinner on the table. You've had a long, hard day at work, and that's just facts. And not only do you want dinner,
and a
you
clean
want
house?
you want a clean house, dinner, and you want the perfect drink. You want the on the table waiting. I am the mom. That just proves it all in my
No, but
mind.
I kind of
Because
feel
think
like
about all the moms. They're like, oh, dad's coming home soon. Let's clean up. Let's do this. Because the dad comes home and he's like, I work all day. My ass is grass and I can't even get a hot meal in this motherfucker, man. And I deserve that because I'm paying. You wouldn't have this house if it weren't for me. And I am the woman. And here's what's hard. There's no defined role, which is also awesome. Let's take a step back. Pause. It also has some awesome aspects of it, the way we live our life. But as far as like traditional roles and all that, I know for a fact that it doesn't matter who's providing and who the caretaker is, gender-wise. You seep into those stereotypical things. Expecting dinner, clean house. What about me? You know what I mean? On my side. And which is interesting because that proves it's not about gender. It's more about roles and people feel a certain way in a certain role. But yeah, I am 100% the caretaker.
So do you like being the caretaker though? Do you like being the mom? You keep saying like I'm the mom, like you, and you'll always tell me that like, well, I'm the mom. Like you always say that like as a downplaying thing, like it's as if like
But
it's
it's
a
not.
bad thing.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
it's
like,
not.
motherfucker, shut the fuck up.
It's not out of
It's not
anger.
a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. I just say, it's just what I say. It's not negative or anything. It's just what I say.
So then would you?
But I was about to give you an olive branch.
Okay.
So yeah, so I am the caretaker
Okay.
and everything that comes with that. I run the podcast. I do things on the salon when it's needed. So like little,
He says when it's needed,
like store runs and payroll and basically anything. Basically anything
runs that shit.
Basically anything Allie doesn't want to think is real when it comes to the salon business, I'll take care of.
Oh yeah, like. Yeah.
Like even the super hard stuff.
Yeah, the really
I gotta fix it.
No,
I have to fix it.
Really
that's my role in the salon.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, he's actually the one that's like actually doing it. I'm like, I'm doing clients all day and I'm having to like lead all these girls. Like, I just can't do it. I will tell him what needs to be. I'm like, you figure it out. He just figures it out and then he'll let me know.
Yeah, there's no structural role.
He is the CEO of Ash. It's just like he just doesn't get paid for it. He's just not on payroll because it's just cheaper.
To all my moms out there and stay-at-home dads, okay? To all the kids, it's horrific, and you love that thing.
I fucking love it. I love my dog more.
Stay focused, okay? I think this is only the second question, for hell's sakes.
I know.
So here's the deal. To all my moms out there and stay-at-home dads that are actually doing it, they're not just like getting drunk day drinking and hope it all works out, because those are real caretakers too.
That's why we're happy I'm not the mom.
You wouldn't
totally be. Don't you think I'd be a JJ?
I think you would be that way for like a week, and then you'd be like, okay, this isn't who I am. I'm Superwoman. Let's do this stuff.
Okay. Keep going.
There are aspects to that caretaker role, just like a provider role, of that people will never appreciate or understand. And that is my day-to-day as the caretaker is completely unpredictable. And nobody's ever happy. They're like, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. You can see the look on the kid and the spouse's faces, like, disappointment. But you're going, but I did. I was here, I was there, blah, blah, and I still couldn't do my thing. I still couldn't do that. And so that's probably the toughest thing is there's like, I have both podcasts. I have out the salon. The house has got to be immaculate, and it never is, but there's the standard. Running the kids around is huge because like that's so spontaneous. So picking
and the other thing too about Joe is that, let me tell you, somebody calls him, he drops anything he's doing and he'll go and do it. He won't say, I'm in the middle of XYZ, I can do it in 10 minutes. He'll just stop what he's doing.
I just want to complete things and move on. But I am getting better at that. I'm not great at it, but if I have another thing going on, 1 out of 10 times, I'll say, hey, pause, let me get this thing done, and then I'll
That's
do it.
good.
It's because the expectation of the people around me is you better get this done. All right, next question.
Okay, okay, so I asked, how do you define success?
Oh, I thought we were just talking about that.
Like in a short, to loop it around, well, how would you define success?
Well, again, emotionally, patience and happiness,
Mhm.
business-wise, profitability eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then let's talk, because you are the mom, which I feel like I don't know, this is just a me thing. I feel like when you say that, it's like a knock.
On who?
Like, that's why I'm like, I feel like you think that that's like a bad thing.
No, I just look,
So,
I'm a very dry, sarcastic human being. I just say, yeah, I'm the mom.
so talk to us about fatherhood. So, like, did you
Okay.
always want to be a dad? Like,
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. I always want to be a dad. Always. I've always loved kids. No Diddy. Always loved kids. Always. Always want to be a dad. Yep. Even when I was a kid, I would, you know, watch other people's kids or like babysit other people's kids.
mhm.
Part of that was they paid you money, which was
I
awesome.
know. I would always try to get out of it because I just hated it. I
No, I love it because kids are,
hated other people's kids. They're so freaking annoying to me.
yeah, I get more of that when you have your own kids and, that dynamic.
Yeah.
But
Don't ask me to use it.
no, when Lucas or anybody, I always say, yeah, bring your friends over. Let's hang out. Let's do that. I always wanted to be a dad. Always. Even in high school, I took all the like preschool. In high school, you could take these preschool classes where you taught the preschool kids like
Mhm.
how to match or this is a shape or whatever. Yeah, I always want to be a dad. And I always want to be a super honest dad.
What does that mean?
I don't keep, I keep very minimal secrets from my kids. And I've had some pushback with that with other human beings, but
What do you mean?
like I'm super honest and open with them. Like whatever's going on, I don't give them like the nitty gritty on certain topics, but I tell them what's up and what's going on. And
Oh, yeah, you are honest. Like, Lucas asked about Santa Claus when he's in kindergarten, and you told him he's not real.
yeah, I did. Yeah. He's got to find out. He might as well find out Santa's not real from his dad. So yeah, I always want to be a dad. Fatherhood is about being super honest. We all make mistakes. So I think fatherhood is like portrayed on movies and TV and stuff about telling, well, what I wish I would have known was, and they kind of portray fatherhood as like this emotional, verbal mentor kind of a
Mhm.
thing. And I have that going on for sure, but I don't have a lot of that going on because they know I'm their dad, even though I might interact with them as if we were just like buddies.
Friends.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's what I say goes, and they know it. And I think that's because they know I'm not feeding them like a line to get something. Like
Yeah,
if things are serious or not serious, fun or not fun, that's the truth.
yeah.
Yeah. And always be there. All these guys that are like, and I feel that way about being a husband as well. You suck it up, bitch. Get it done. Be there. Um,
Yeah,
and,
I feel like you're the most reliable person to me.
and that's again, that goes back to the trust thing for me.
Mhm.
Reliability and
Yeah,
trust are one and the same.
I hate when people are like, "I'm on my way," and then they, like, go somewhere else and then it take an hour. That type of a person is like, you can never trust that bitch. That's
I
not
love
me.
it.
That's not me.
It's not not
Is it?
not in serious situations, but daily situations, definitely not. Unless it's a family function, then she is very much on time, no dilly dally at all.
Yeah. Like,
But no, you're
you know
definitely
what?
a butterfly. You kind of float around and
But
like,
you know those people that are like, "I'm 2 minutes away," and then it's like they're literally in Provo. They're like an hour away. It's
oh,
like, "Wait, what the hell do you like?"
I know, I know it's so bad, dude.
I
Um,
don't do that.
I, no.
Okay, so sh stop. Do you really think I do?
You kind of flutter around a little bit, yeah. Oh, I just need to stop. Oh, I just need to do this. Oh, I just need to,
Oh.
I just need to stop. Oh, I just need to. I'll be back in an hour. And this is not new. I always just say, we'll see you when we see
Oh,
you.
it triggers me so badly.
She hates
When he's
it.
like, "We'll see you when you see you." I'm like, "Fuck you." It's not that I want to be gone all the time. I'm so sorry that I've got like a million people. I need you to do this and this and this and this. And hey, actually, I
See,
need this and this and this and this. And I'm trying to get it all done. And there's only one of me.
and the irony is that's happening on this side of the table constantly. Snap, 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 snap. But you bet your ass I better get what she needs or be on time. No excuses.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yin and yang, dude. Yin and yang.
Okay, so to go full circle though,
Sure.
tell us like what is probably like the version of you now compared to the version of you like even just last year. If you could give yourself like any piece of advice, what would you say? Do it for this year and then do it for this like 20 years.
Well, the last year, I probably learned the most that even more incredibly that, um,
Our last year was
no, look, overall, I think every
a
year is
lot.
great, but we just have different perceptions on things, which I think is pretty normal.
What's your perception?
I think a lot, I think the last year
Mm-hmm.
was one of two things, absolutely amazing and absolutely awful.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes with all aspects of it. There wasn't a whole lot of middle ground, which actually, looking back on our relationship in life, there's not a whole lot of middle ground. It's usually pretty extreme. So the last year, I probably learned even more so to, in the best ways possible. A lot of stuff doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Um, Getting angry, freaking out, worrying, all these things, they have their place and they have their importance. But overall, a lot of things in the best ways don't matter. The currency period we all have that we don't have enough of, we're constantly in debt to, is the clock.
Mm.
And if you want to spend time, doing certain things, that's totally fine. But just know that time's not coming back. And I've always thought about that, but this last year I learned that pretty heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get older, you realize you're still you, but even yesterday I was talking with a friend. It's just like, I'm happy I live my life to always wanting to live life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying so hard not to be on my deathbed and say the following words, I wish I would have,
Yeah.
and fill in the blank. That gives me a panic attack. I can't stand it. So that would be the last year, is nothing matters in the best way. So just enjoy the things that actually matter, like your wife, like your kids, like your friends, like a business that actually, you provide a service or a product that people give you money for. That's insane. That's
Yeah,
insane.
that's awesome.
And then the last 45 years.
Yeah, like think like you talked about your 10-year-old self that went and did the card shop.
I think the biggest lesson is,
What would you tell that version of Joe? Like this who you are now, like if
Mhm.
you could have a conversation with him and you could give him like a piece of advice or something, like what would you tell him specifically?
I would say pick 3 to 5 things because I'm kind of a spaz. And if it doesn't go perfectly the first 1 or 2 times, that's totally normal, and just to keep going. One of my favorite motivational videos is Seth Rogen, of all people. And he talks about, people ask him all the time, do you think I can make it? Am I going to make it or whatever? And he goes, and his response was, I don't know, but try and love it, because if you love it, you'll keep doing it. Because if you don't keep trying, you don't keep, I'm butchering it, but this is it. He says, just keep going, because if you keep going, you may not make it, whatever it is, whether you want to be an actor or whatever, entrepreneur or whatever. If you keep going, you just might make it. But if you don't, you won't. And he goes on to say, did anybody ever hear of Ian McClellan until he was in X-Men at 60 something years old?
Yeah.
No, nobody did. Nobody even cared about him. And the next thing you know, he's in Lord of the
He's in
Rings.
everything.
He's in all this stuff. And that man was in his 60s. So I love that advice. And that's what I would tell my 10-year-old self. That's what I tell my boys today,
Yeah.
especially in this climate. If our boys have any ambition, they'll crush everybody because ambition isn't real or feels like it's less. And so I feel like that's what I would tell my 10-year-old self. Pick 3 to 5 things and just keep doing it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, you're 45. You've given us like so much knowledge and so many like little tidbits from your 45 years of like a full life. What do you want to leave us with?
Grab your glass.
Oh,
Oh, she's already empty. It's a good sign.
this is why I have to go to the bathroom.
We might have birthday sex tonight. All right. I'm going to leave you with this. The person looking back at you in the mirror is going to be okay. Cheers, fam.
Cheers.
Until next time.